Because it was 3-3 a minute one. or something
Honestly,
like
it's
that.
just huge for Sumail
Yeah?
because it's your middle hero and he got 2 kills plus the first blood. Like everyone else, maybe you get a kill here or there, but it doesn't really mean that much besides for him. So, I mean, that definitely helped him out in the laning phase. And yeah, man, every time the cooldown, I mean, they kept losing one person like Puck kept dying to Chrono, but then they just take Roche, right? Like it was they had 4 people and they would just go take Roche because what are they going to do against you without Chrono? I don't know, the low cooldowns versus high cooldowns is always a thing in Dota.
You think it's just, you think we're going to keep on, because I've seen the trend that we're trying to go greedier, we're trying to go a little bit more late game and such.
Yeah.
See you, Grant.
See ya. I'm still here at heart.
So do you think that we're going to keep the more aggressive, low cooldown, fight kind of meta?
I think I think so, especially with like Furions and stuff being picked.
Yeah.
I think you kind of have to. I don't think you can do long versus short unless you're all in. What do we got?
We got a Winter Wyvern and a Puck ban.
Okay. Puck ban? Dang, I think that's going to be staple versus EG for forever, pretty much.
And EG ban away the Mirana is what I would say is the
Mirana, and they ban out Undying. Why would they ban out Undying?
Yo, Undying's super strong right now.
But why wasn't he banned out in the previous game? He was completely ignored.
You know, it's just a different lineup. I don't know. You're feeling something. Maybe you don't have a hero that you think counters the Undying really well. Yeah. Maybe because you don't have like the opportunity to get Puck as a strong initiator and teamfight starter, that means you no longer have that opportunity to disable Undying and let him set up for a team fight. So maybe that makes him more of a threat.
Especially now that dual lanes are big. Undying's like the king of dual lanes.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. Like the Undyings don't get farm anymore. I mean, you used to have the King RD kind of Undyings that they actually can't fight like him. Nowadays, you win 15 minutes and you've done your job. You're like a crappier ogre, honestly. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and then you later on you just run in and throw down a tombstone, die, and there's another tombstone.
Heal the first tombstone. That's literally it. Night Stalker, evil geniuses.
Are all matches between the teams we have in this bracket are they all grudge matches?
I mean, NA just feels like it honestly, because in Europe's huge, right?
Yeah.
Like they play in
America is also pretty big.
Yeah, but it's a lot more clumped up. Like all the players have played on the same teams. Like Loda's never played on Navi. Loda's never played on OG. Like a lot of these players have played on every single team. Have played with different players. Like name a player Bulba hasn't played with. Go.
Player base is so much smaller.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So it just feels like it's more grudge heavy in NA because of that, and because a lot of these players have played. Like you see a lot more new blood in Europe. In NA, it's like Peter Swindle. I mean, they've played since Han, Fear Demon, Dota 1. Oh, I'm falling behind. Don't distract me like that, Cat.
I'm sorry.
Beastmaster got through the first ban.
Enchantress. Evil geniuses. Where do you toss in that? I don't know. I'll toss it in the jungle here for now until we can look at it.
Yeah. Could be the double 4 position.
10 seconds remaining.
Beastmaster though. Grant, Beastmaster.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I don't know.
For
this guy is.
Did I lose him?
Are you gonna fight it or what?
I might just.
How can you lose Beastmaster?
Nah, I got him.
It's the second letter of the alphabet.
Oh. So it's interesting too because they first picked Night Stalker over Beastmaster. I think that's.
Yeah, because
interesting.
I feel like he's the kind of undisputed king of the offlane right now.
Yeah.
So much damage. The damage amplification is absurd. And you get this extra creep that like 6 times out of 7 is something useful for you.
Yeah, like pretty much Wolf's the worst one early game and then the best one late game. But
yeah,
and you can get Wild Wing. No, you can't.
No.
Okay, that's like the one that randomly
it's pretty much like all of the good. Like it's some sort of it's stun, Hellbear Smash, it's Hadouken, which is good early game.
And
the ensnare.
Yeah. Do you think was Icefrog just like watching Moo when he plays Beastmaster? He's like, this guy always buys Helm of the Dominator. How about if I just implement him not having to get that item? I want to see Moo play Beastmaster. Do you think he'll still go first item? Helm of the Dominator with that buff?
Nah.
That'd be pretty dank, though. Just like this guy has 2 boars, 2 creeps.
I think the damage amplification makes it too important for you to be able to pick up your mid-game item. Because you just do so much more damage now once you're able to get like a Necronomicon.
It's just such a weird buff. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, how do you like decide, like, Beastmaster can summon these... He's a Beastmaster. Half those ones aren't even beasts. I've seen the Harry Potter
Good
movies.
point,
I've
Grant.
seen the Harry Potter movies. I know it's a
Wait,
magical
which ones
beast.
are not beasts?
I was just kidding. I was just
All
trying
right.
to sound smart. That is a good. Have you seen the Harry Potter movie? The new
A
one?
centaur surely is a humanoid because it has a human body.
That's true.
But he's half beast.
Is well true.
Yeah, but it's all about the brain.
Remaining.
Is it?
Or is it all about the
brawn.
anyway?
Seconds remaining.
Anyway, we have a Queen of Pain Timbersaw band as well as Ursa and Viper. Are those bands? Can they mean something about the picks that are about to come?
Who banned the Ursa? Sorry.
Well,
Ursa and Viper were banned out by EG.
Enchantress doesn't like Ursa.
Special.
True.
And that makes me think maybe it's
And-
more of a core Enchantress.
Enchantress
then?
doesn't like
I think it's-
Viper either.
I think it opens up the possibility.
And I mean, Universe, right? I think Universe was one of the first people besides Ike's Mike to do it. So
Yeah.
you've got two of the originators in this game.
And I would say Sumail doesn't like Viper.
Yeah.
No, isn't
Especially the new one.
isn't the thing from Viper also getting rid of an Untouchable?
Yeah, that too. The break on Nether Toxin's
Nether
super
Toxin.
good
Yeah.
now. Man, have you... level 25, I'm still thinking that the Nether Toxin silences as well is so good late game.
It's such a big cloud, you know?
Yeah, it is. And it's 5 second 5 second cooldown. I think that's
That
gonna get
is-
nerfed. I think that
yeah.
that has to get nerfed. 5 second is not. Oh, I'm
All
falling
right, there
behind.
goes
Tide-
Enchantress Core. It's Tide off lane. So Tide matches up really well against the Beastmaster.
And not
If
bad
they can
against
set that up.
Lifestealer either, if he has to.
Yeah, yeah.
And a Slaughter comes out as well.
Slow down.
All the animals of the sea.
Yeah, that's they didn't have a vehicle for Lifestealer, and this is arguably the best one in the game from a 4 position.
You
Like,
can be
you
the
have- you-
hawk.
10
It
seconds.
was
True.
like, come on. Come on, Sheila.
have
You know
seen
what
it.
I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Look out, the Hawk's coming our way.
Wait, so you have a
We can't fear
Slardar,
away.
Slardar Ogre, huh?
It's fun though.
Just
It is fun. And they will probably utilize some sort of play like that, just like Newbie did.
Yeah,
Uh,
just out of nowhere. But now people
yeah,
have
Mookie
seen the
set that
clip,
one up,
so
right?
people have seen that clip. They know. I'm still surprised they left Beastmaster in. A little surprising.
So maybe a ban Storm Spirit just in case.
Probably,
Or
unless
EG.
you don't pick it here. You don't pick Storm versus Ogre, Beast, or Slardar. Never mind. Disregard.
So we're gonna see the core pick up from EG, you think now?
They have to. I mean, I think they'll.
Yeah, they can pick up the mid if they want to.
Man, it's a lot of stuns and like blink lockdowns with Slardar and Beastmaster. Like, who do you have to pick a tanky mid? Razor? I don't know. I've seen Sumail play it, but
Yeah, I'm good with some.
you can't do like a quap or anything. Like that'll just get destroyed.
Quap is already banned out anyway. And we have
Smart.
Anti-Mage still in the pool. Could he fit in any of the two lineups?
Nah,
Or
he can't fit in DCs. I don't think.
And I don't think you like it on EG against Beastmaster, and then the Slardar Lifestealer. It's like too much physical.
The ranged anti-mage,
Nice.
Medusa.
So there's your tanky mid. I think that it still leaves possibility open for the Storm for DC. So I personally would still ban that from EG.
10
Because you
seconds
don't have a
remaining.
whole lot of lockdown for him. You just have the silence from Night Stalker.
5 seconds remaining.
And typically he's, I don't know, you just want to play the mobility game if you're DC, I think. Split EG up apart as much as possible because they have very clearly defined, like, we stand in front of you and we have
Yeah.
really good 5-man team fights. You want to try and break them apart. Use your mobility and split pushing to your advantage. So Beastmaster is great hero so far.
Yeah.
He's looking so good.
I like
Like-
both drafts for what they are. 'Cause, I mean, Night Stalker and Enchantress obviously super strong in the laning phase, right? But then you have a Tidehunter Medusa for that mid game of just, we are going to push your towers. If you initiate on us and we get Ravage off, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Grant, how do you feel about Invokers right now?
I don't
10
know.
seconds remaining.
Invokers, as in just getting... I think you need something to set up, right? Like, it would be bad on EG. They have nothing to set up that Sunstrike. On Digital Chaos, I wouldn't mind it, but
Yeah, that's
You
what I
lost
was thinking, right?
I don't know. You lost
lost
Abed.
Abed,
Koipa
Hugo,
is good, and he actually played Invoker in one of those last games, Team Tinker versus Narvi. But I think he's versus Night Stalker Enchantress. He could get bullied really bad early game.
Oh,
what?
Gyrocopter.
Well, I don't know where that hero's at. What the hell? I haven't seen that hero picked ever.
it's
So,
the G.
I played a game with
G for
RGZ,
Grant.
and he was spamming some Gyrocopter, I asked him if the hero was legit. He said it's pretty good. He goes for this max homing missile build
10
to start,
seconds
which is
remaining.
super obnoxious.
Dude,
Yeah.
that thing
To
does
fight
so
against.
much damage.
And he actually turns into like much more viable
snipe.
carry into late game than he was before. In part because like there's some flat cannon changes that there wasn't there before. I think. What else is there?
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm not sure what else is
dude,
there from the talent.
Sniper versus Medusa, though. Sniper likes that matchup a lot.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of gap closers on EG. They don't have a. I mean, I think DC won the draft again, but
Man, Gyro, I love the rocket. That rocket. I remember
That
I used to
rocket,
play
though.
support Gyro. Used to get played. Loda played it a few times too, and
Mhm.
that thing can do some damage. And if you stand and fight, so you don't take max damage, that Enchantress with creeps is just gonna pound you.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously going with EG because I mean they showed they're a better team. I mean, did they not show they were a better team in game one?
oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'm just not sure if I'm gonna.
I'm ham
I
boning.
mean, again, I think DC have the better draft.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've been wrong more than you've been right today, so
That's fine
whatever.
with me. I'll go with DC again.
Yeah, I go for EG. I mean, they let me ever.
Genius.
Yeah, DC let
lost.
me down
See?
previous game, so I jumped ship. That's how I roll. But let's find out what's gonna happen. It's time for game 2 with ODPixel and Lumi.
Yeah, indeed. Here we go. Game 2, EG versus DC. Let's see what we've got waiting for us. The question is, can they bring themselves back from a bit of what you would imagine to be quite a mentally crushing defeat game 1 with the very fast and furious end to it after a few whiff plays. But the slate has been cleaned. We're starting from scratch, and we're coming in with a very different approach from both sides. Some again, interesting drafts, Luma. We're seeing huge variation in heroes.
Yeah, I feel like the Beastmaster, I mean, I think personally that's MSS's best hero.
Yeah.
So no surprise that DC selected first. What I'm more surprised about is that EG has picked the Medusa into that. And Necrobook is such a common pickup on
30
MSS
seconds to
Beastmaster that I feel like it's already a counter. But we'll see if indeed he will go into the Necrobook. The other pick I'm somewhat questioning is the Sniper. I think Sniper notoriously is terrible against the Enchantress because early on, you know, you have no escape.
Sure, yeah, the rotations can be absolutely incredibly harmful from EG if they can pull them off. We're going to see DC try and come up and go for the rune snipe, and it is going to work. EG respecting that, not wanting to try and fight DC's lineup at level 1.
Universe could get 2 runes, but he doesn't know that nobody was there to actually grab it. So that's a bummer for him.
Yeah, with that in mind, we'll see who does actually end up grabbing that one. And,
Maybe DC doesn't even check themselves. Like,
I was
oh,
going to
for
say,
sure.
they might just think it's been taken by Uni as well.
Yeah, nobody's going to check it. So, ooh, Courier, if that thing gets sniped right here, Enchantress is waiting.
They're ready to start putting the pressure on mid. Indeed, a great way to kick that off would be the courier snipe. We'll see how patient he is and how long he'll wait it out.
I mean, for sure, for the first minute, he's not really doing much anyways because there's no creeps in the jungle. So he definitely will stand there for the first minute.
So indeed, panel talks about it. I mean, missile. It's going to be grabbed at level 1. We'll see if RTZ does indeed scale it up. And see what kind of effect that can have on this lane. Down bottom. Up top, Universe. Getting harassed heavily back out of the lane. But he'll salve back up, prepare himself. And he's prepared for that sort of abuse as he coming into lane with 9 tangos still in his inventory. So he's ready to take some beating.
Fair just grabs the Golem creep and immediately goes middle. I don't think Sniper's low enough for this kill to be set up, though.
There's a trick on me. You can see Fair backing forward and back around that area, wondering what the best thing for him to do is. Now the courier will start to move out, but Fear not in position anymore to go for some sort of snipe.
If he goes for double Centaur, or sorry, double Golem.
Okay, that
yeah.
could...
Well, maybe if they don't get botched up that hill.
I think Qualifier as well, putting a fair bit of harassment onto Samael as he forces the lane back out. CS-wise, 6 for 1, 6 for 3, very even at the moment. Definitely some sort of gank like this needed for EG to tip this mid lane 1v1 in their advantage.
There we go.
Fear. He's going to see if he's got the chance to do so now. First stun, second stun comes through. He's looking for the mud golems to go down so he can get that second chance for the extra bits of burst, but already TP reactions come in.
2 more stuns.
It will get them through. I mean, it's a lot of damage, but not quite enough to kill off Qualifier. Qualifier will survive. And in fact, Fear could be in a bit of trouble. Demon's going to get the slow off. the Ignite. Bulba not going to look to commit with the Crush. Doesn't feel confident diving any further towards Fear as he's aware that EG very well could look to come in with a TP reaction. In fact, supports come for a look, they leave again, and that is going to leave this mid lane another chance for potentially Fear to have another go once those rock tosses come off cooldown. It looks like he's not going to have the opportunity as Qualifier will be able to finish off the creeps with the shrapnel and get a decent bit of farm. A few nukes still get thrown out. Qualifier brought down to less than half health, and he is out of regen now on this sniper.
The way I'm looking at this game is that I feel like the DC support's going to have a tough time finding a good lane to gank. Sumail's mid lane might be it. Boba swings around. Do they have more shrapnel charges? Yes, they do. Demon coming in as well, and that should be a kill.
Indeed, the mana shield is going to buy some time for Sumail, but it isn't enough to be able to turn things around. Qualifier gets low. TP's now come through for EG, but it's a little too late to get Qualifier. They may get Demon on the sidelines as he's rooted up,
Radiant's middle tower
and they
is
will
under
at least find some sort of a trade, but overall, Qualifier being allowed to get in nice and deep, bring down Sumail, and get back to safety means that DC are going to be very happy with that exchange. I think the farm over the map, as we can see at the moment, Mason does have the lead, 21 for free. Just that bit higher than RTZ on that safe lane Gyro, 16 for 10. But it is very close overall. Universe getting a bit out of this lane in terms of farm, and same to be said for MSS on his Beastmaster. No one getting left behind.
I'm surprised that Universe isn't getting more out of this lane, given the fact that both Slaughter and Ogre Magi has been off the lane for such a long time.
Look at this, Quaker's got a haste rune. He's ready for the run and gun, looking towards Crit. Fear is going to be there. In fact, Quaker's got to be careful. He's popping the shrapnel, but RTZ turning up with a missile inbound. Qualifier and the boys will get the kill, but there's a missile going the way of Qualifier, or he will die. Now it turns course towards MSS. MSS and Demon trying to chase down RTZ. They've got the Fire Blast, and they may have managed to set up for the Qualifier kill, but RTZ, he's going to pay with his life as MSS picks up a double. You said the hero was one of his best, Lumi, and he's off to a cracking start.
Yeah, the fact that Gyrocopter also didn't skill Rocket Barrage, I know that he's going for this new max homing missile build.
Yeah.
I mean, given the fact that he was next to two melee hero, I don't think it would have given them a kill anyways, but might have actually scared a couple of heroes back. Boba's going to swing around, but the Centaur has a stomp.
Yeah, there's a few heroes surrounding this boy. Boba will get the crush off onto two. Fear is relatively low. Fire Blast and MSS, he's in with the right clicks. Is it enough to outdo the heals, though? They're trying to chase. He does indeed get the slow out from the boar. He's going to run Fear down. He should have this slowly, but no, he doesn't want to dive anymore because Crit and Artesia there. And MSS, in fact, he may have just dove a little too far. The stun won't catch him. Crit actually not going to have mana again for a second slow.
The rocket.
Is it going to be enough damage? It's a level 2 rocket. I don't think it is. MSS should be fine. Yeah, he's already regenning up. Crit's trying to dive, but he hasn't got mana for another spell, so MSS will survive. EG unable to get that kill that they're trying to chase for in response to DC playing very aggressive on this bottom lane.
I'm also curious when the mid game comes, how the farm priority is going to look like for EG heroes, because I feel like both Gyrocopter and Medusa could hit a lot of creeps. I wonder if there's a stack who's going to take it. I think Arteezy's going to take more of the fighting road, given that his hero fights much better without farm, but we'll see. Medusa could definitely do a lot with Mystic Snake alone as well.
And Sumail on the Medusa is having a great time in the mid lane. 28 for 14 against the 18 for 5. And there was a little bit of worry, you know, because Sniper, with the shrapnel and such, and with a bit of help, he can have quite a strong lane 1v1, but it doesn't seem to be that way this time, even with the fact that they were able to take down Sumail. He's just playing this lane to perfection, as it seems.
Well, I think, to be fair, there's an Enchantress always constantly poking at mid.
Sure, yeah.
Even though Koifa didn't really die to it yet, he has to play afraid. And as a result, Koifa is losing out a couple of CS.
They are smoked up. Fear and Crit. Hard for them to find a move in mid, as you say, with the way that they're playing in bottom lane. With that support rotation going elsewhere, Arteezy is all alone. He'll try for the TP out. Oh, and he makes it!
Good stuff.
Ooh! That was a close one. The stats and the burst from the one Wraith Band, that was enough to keep him alive. Top lane Mason getting gone on, but a quick rage and a backup should keep him safe. Crit won't chase. Mason has the stick charges. RTC very fortunate to survive there. Will be a bit of time that he's out of the lane and not finding farm, and that's going to give more space to MSS's Beastmaster. Mid lane, wraparound comes through from Bulba. Get the crush onto Sumail, but with the Stone Gaze, it's very hard to make this gank work. short. You could force him back. He is out of mana.
Universe ported in, and I do believe DC saw that. Yeah, they definitely have to Hawk on top, so that's a wasted TP from Universe. They were able to get, about to get the tier 1 top as well, so a lot of missed opportunities from EG. We do see the rotation coming in from Arteezy. But again, not exactly sure where's the setup. It's supposed to be with the TIE Ravage, but DC recognizing that very quickly and turns back.
Crit just picking up some solar action down bottom. Bulber and MSS are about. MSS with the 6 online. Primal Roar into a crush could spell disaster. Now look towards Mason up top with the missile coming through. He'll have the rage. And with that in mind, we'll be fine. EG putting the pressure onto this tier 1, and Mason all on his own.
Bottom.
No interest in trying to defend, and indeed, here we have the play that we talked about down bottom. Quick Roar into the crush. Crit is taken down. MSS now on a killing spree. This is a very strong start for him on his Beastmaster, and it's going to be a very quick timing on the Necrobook.
EG's gonna row down the tier 1 top. Enchantress still keeping that enemy siege unit, could refresh it, the cooldown by keep casting enchant on it.
Radiant's bottom
Stay with her
tower
for a
is under
while.
attack.
I think the problem is for EG is very similar to Game 2 DC's draft, where they're really relying on a long cooldown. I feel like they have to do everything through the Ravage. That's pretty much all their initiation and lockdown. So.
Oh,
Radiant's bottom
3
tower is
TPs
under attack.
being signaled there by EG. They'll cancel a couple of them. They are still going to try and make for the play, though. Arteezy moving in onto Qualifier with the cooldown. Homing missile inbound. He'll chase down this sniper. The homing missile connecting, and Arteezy's right clicks along with Uni. They'll take down Qualifier. They get the kill. Ravage doesn't need to be expended. EG group up around the mid lane. They're taking the tier 1 top. They'll look to try and take tier 1 in the mid lane as well. Mason is there. He's got to be careful. Actually popping the rage to tank that missile. He's inside the creep. They know which one. He'll take it over, try and run it out. But EG, they're just going to chase it down. And Mason, he doesn't have rage anymore. He's gone. A little bit of a question mark there as Mason tries to come in and hang around in front of this 5-man push from EG. And he's down for 30 seconds with nothing achieved from that play.
Yeah, he invested into the creep where the tower began to focusing right after he invested in it. So that was pretty unfortunate for him. Could have hung around a lot and waited for the rage to cool back down had the tower not focused on it. But alas, that was not the case.
The tower is in deny range, so a little bit of a silver lining for DC.
Are they aware that it's in deny range?
Well,
They're
they're
not
actually
denying
leaving it
it.
up for now.
I guess there is no Ravage, so maybe they could feel like they could defend it, but
Yeah, I guess they feel that, the pressure
don't know,
is
man.
coming from EG.
as soon as that siege unit gets under the tower range, it's gonna go down.
Smoke up from DC. Bulba, Demon, and MSS ready to make a play. They have the Primal Roar. That's the setup they need.
They have a Necro 1 as well, so
Sumail's
Mana Bird.
pretty deep at the moment as well in the mid lane. He does have Stone Gaze. If he can get it off in time, he'll have a chance, but he's not going to have that chance. He's straight in with the Roar, crushed the follow through. MSS dominating with these movements that he's making.
But that siege unit got the tier 1 tower.
They didn't get the deny at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. Mason getting aggressive, but this time he does have a few friends around. They're putting the pressure on the mid lane. TC should find the tier 1 in response for losing their own. Twist the mail down. EG unlikely to try and tackle a full team fight. MSS getting a lot of money in that bank. It's going to be a blisteringly quick level 3 Necro. He's top of the net worth on this Beastmaster.
Yeah, Beastmaster as a hero could farm very quickly, especially now that they changed the way that his Call of the Wild work. He could jungle pretty efficiently as well. And it does help that he's getting a ton of kills and tower kills.
And as you said, the speed of this Necro is going to cause issues for Sumail in the fight.
Yeah.
Having that level 3 Necro army,
I mean,
no fun for Sumail.
that's the direct counter, but let's not forget the fact that it could also B-ward and
Yeah,
give him a lot of HP and all that jazz. So
there's a lot of good stuff here for rushing it. And EG onto the tier 2 top, Arteezy and Sumail showing themselves. They do have more behind them.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Mason continuing to just find the farming needs in the mid lane. He's still farming a treat on the lifestealer on par with Arteezy. has the phase armlet completed this stage. We'll see which direction he wants to take the build next. A lot of variance in some of the top life stealers' way that they like to build this item-wise. We'll see if he does want to go for the Deso early on.
Top tower is under attack.
If he wants to delay the Deso, because he has the Slardar, he can. There might be better item choices. But Deso is definitely one of the premier item choices. It's just always good. So won't be surprised if you just go for it.
Yeah, we sometimes, I mean, we saw Ace the other day, the Secret, actually go for the phase armlet, and then he goes back for the Midas if he feels like he needs to play the farm game. But DC, definitely the way they're playing, they don't want to let this go late. And understandable, with a Gyro, Medusa, dual core, that can be pretty nasty. Not to say that they don't have late game potential themselves, with a sniper, high ground defense is always going to be beautiful. Quakefor a little further behind the other cores. It is very close. You look at sort of the top 6 on the net worth, and from bottom to top, there's only 800 gold between them all. And the Samael's picked up the Mask of Madness. That is going to step up the speed he can farm on Medusa. A DC taking objectives. They take the tier 2 down bottom with little to no response from EG at all. EG still very, very picky about which fights they take, not just running at any sort of opportunity to jump on a DC. They're happy to farm.
Well, I think it's more like that's the only thing they can do. I feel like that's... I mean, look at RTZ as well as Sumail's item. They've just gone for the first farming item.
Yeah.
Whereas I think DC is more than ready to start taking tier 2s in the fights to EG. Unfortunately, EG doesn't really have any counterplay. I mean, they pick 2 heroes that needs farm, so just kind of have to weather the storm, and hopefully they could defend some of their more key powers, prevent the Roshan from happening. That's definitely, I think, DC's next move.
On mid lane, that's how... So the courier has to be careful. Crit was close by, couldn't quite close the gap on it. And that will be the Mask of Madness out here. He's going to look for it on the way back, though. And it's on cooldown.
All right.
Still not there for 30 seconds, so Crit gets an easy courier snipe on the way back. At least Quakefor did manage to get his Mask of Madness out beforehand. EG returning the pressure at this bottom lane. They sweep the lane background. They're playing the tier 1 tower. More money for RTs. He will be going for the very standard phase Mask of Madness into the SMY for Gyro.
To be fair, it doesn't take too much more for EG to be a unstoppable 5-man demon. Looks like he's going to get caught here.
Yep, straight in, and RTZ being fully efficient. Turns on the flat cannon, continues to pound into the tower. Side shots takes down Jimmy. They'll put the stone gaze as Sumail gets gone upon. DC back themselves to out of the cooldown range. EG may have to reconsider how they want to approach this tier 2 push, as already RTZ and Universe backing away. With the stone gaze gone, no reason to hang around, and Sumail got very, very low there, as you can see, only just getting himself out.
Yeah, that was with the Arcane as well as the mech usage from Universe to give him a bunch more life. But as I was saying, I think EG's core just needs maybe one more item to make them super tanky. I don't think you could kill them through the mech and Ravage of Universe, and they could easily turn the fight around. Once the mech Ravage comes out, Stone Gaze, Call Down, all of these abilities will make it very difficult for DC to win the fight. So I think the time is now for DC. They got the Blink Dagger on Slardar. A kill will ensure either a tower or Roshan, so there's a lot left to be gained here by DC.
Sumail, it's going to be spotted out.
Well, that's a very key kill.
It would be the dream target to jump on.
It's right next to a shrine, so you...
Got the Mask of Madness, but they're being careful. They know that there's going to be backup from EG around, and with that in mind, DC, they won't take the bait. They'll back away. They don't want to risk any sort of plays like that.
From DC's perspective in that engagement, they saw 3 to 4 heroes missing off the map, and they are fighting Medusa next to a shrine. If they don't get that kill cleanly, that's a lot of momentum they will lose.
Back to hitting the creeps for RTZ and Sumail. Universe, halfway to Blink Dagger. On top of the mech, and that's going to be a very nice response to this Slardar Lifestealer combo that's going to look to get in on the front lines with the Infest Bomb. And Mason's still yet to indicate what he wants to pick up next. He's starting to rack up the gold.
I wonder if Silver Edge is ever a consideration against that TIE Hunter. It seems like TIE Hunter is always the big annoying issue in the front line.
We have seen how crazy Kraken Shell and Anchor Smash can get once the talents are online.
Right.
He's still well away from that, though. He's only led level 10, of course, at this stage, but it's true. Late game tide can be an absolute nightmare to deal with. And they have Dynamite for it. Mid lane, Bulba gets the perfect jump onto Arteezy. They called out the gyro. Artur, no escape for him. Great play, great catch from Bulba on the slaughter. And off the back of that kill, they're looking into Roshan. And with the Corrosive Haze, with the Lifestealer and the Beastmaster army, they should be able to take this one pretty quickly and without any sort of contest from Evil Genius.
Yep. I mean, even though they could just walk in and take that Ravage, there's really lacking follow-up without that cooldown. Koifa's going to take that Aegis. Demon's still holding on, or sorry, Mason holding on to 2.8. Looks like it is going to be the Desolator.
Yeah, indeed, just 600 gold away. And he'll have that one complete. 7 for 5. DC definitely looking at a lot stronger here in this game too. It's not out of hand at all for them. Sure, Arteezy slightly ahead in farm, but it really is only slightly. It's so close at this stage of the game. And as we saw there, you know, Arteezy going for this SNY build. If he does get jumped on and he has no one around, it is a relatively easy kill for DC. They have the damage to beat through him. Maelstrom complete for Qualifier as well, which is also going to be very nice considering that there's no BKB on the menu yet for the cause of EG, and also great for that farm. We'll be able to give him a good shot at keeping on the level of this Gyro Medusa.
DC's really not pressing the fact that they are, I think, a little bit stronger right now than EG. Maybe they're giving Universe a little bit too much respect.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the blink.
Yeah, now it becomes even harder to actually go for kills. Maybe they also feel like they could win in the late game. Sniper is quite a decent hero in the late game, but I don't know if he could beat a Medusa.
I mean, that's the, yeah,
Gyro.
Medusa and Gyro. It's hard. I think both, as I said, both teams definitely have their merits as the game goes on. But I think sort of overall, EG, they have the sort of safer late game lineup. As we have seen, a sniper as stacked as he may be made get bursted down, and in fact, Big looks to jump on him now. Universe leading in. It's very hard really for DC to react, so they know that that Ravage is there. They just have to let Koifa go down the once. Can EG bring him down a second time? Bulba's going to jump forward with the crush, but again, trying to juke out the ultimates. They get themselves out of the cooldown. Koifa still falls, and Demon gets caught out as well. EG are going to try and chase for more. They've got their eyes on Bulba. Silence is there. Ravage comes through from Universe. Catches out two. The Rage was out in time from Mason, but 3's down on DC. They do lose Arteezy. But EG taking the favorable trade in terms of numbers. And we saw it there as well. The threat of Universe's Ravage is so hard for DC to fight around. They just had to back away from Koifa. They knew that they couldn't re-engage and try and do anything to save their sniper because that Ravage was there ready and waiting for them.
But here's the thing, they could have just backed away from Koifa, right? But
Sure, they could have totally
which
backed
is
away.
Half back, half not, and they lost 2 more kills as a result. Crit will complete this TP. I mean, to be fair for DC, you see a core with Aegis, you don't kind of just abandon him. A lot of times you can just have your core respawn and take a fight, but unfortunately that was a sniper that didn't have Hurricane Pike or Force Staff, so even when he was respawned, he kind of just died again.
And they did get Arteezy for the mix too.
Yeah. I think Arteezy might have killed himself onto the Necrobook. I'm not.
He did get bursted down pretty quick. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. If I mean, obviously with the flat cannon and such, very hard to stop.
All right, so this is DC's time.
Happening.
I mentioned that once Ravage down, you gotta punish them for it.
Absolutely. And with Bulba's move, they may just get the catch that they're looking for. They're going to head up to the high ground. EG with some of their key cores in the mid lane. Universe and Samel. Universe pretty beefy. I mean, is he really the target he wants gone? Sure, you know there's no Ravage, but he still has the mech and the Anchor Smash. And yeah, DC, they know he's there, but they don't want to jump on him. They want to find someone else other than the Tide. They want an easier pick. They'll find Crip. That will be an easier one. It is a deep one as they do have to move past the tier 2s, but still no reaction from EG, so they get away with it. Not necessarily the biggest of kills, but just the fact that it's one member down means that they can come in with this push, and they know that EG, they're not going to respond to a tier 2 going down. 30 seconds, no Ravage still, and DC, they're looking to pressure the high ground.
Call down's gonna get used right now.
pretty good job of clearing the wave along with the flat cannon.
Necrobrooks goes down as well.
Did you get the homing missile, the Mason? But he will be fine. I mean, this is the thing as well. Sure, they can sort of throw this army down a lane, DC, but as long as you've got the Gyro or the Medusa out, they've got very good wave clear, even at this stage of the game early on. It's high ground pushes, but DC are going to be hard. They're also going to be quite hard for Evil Geniuses having to worry about the sniper, but at this stage of the game, it's definitely EG who have the superior high ground defense with.
Assuming all their heroes are alive,
Yeah.
which I think DC's game plan is, look, we got Hawks everywhere, we got a Blink Slaughter.
Yeah, we get the pick off, we make the play.
Yeah, we're going to just basically pin the creep waves in. And yeah, Deuce as a sniper will have farm, but I think DC as a team overall will get more farm when they do get that map control.
He's a full Greaves on Universe. He is looking pretty massive. Not quite as massive as MSS, who is still leading the way. Potency of the Ravage and the Greaves will have a massive impact in these team fights. And MSS, of course, having a massive impact in a different way, as you say. More focus on getting those solo pickoffs, being able to push the waves quickly with the Axes and the Necro army, and take objectives. EG groups up as a unit. We'll see if they can move and make a play mid. They're sort of baiting him with Universe on the front lines as Universe just charges down the lane, clearing out the creep wave. And EG to do a quick sweep, see if they spot out any of DC. But DC themselves, they're more so over the side of EG's map. Bulba with Mason deep inside him, trying to find the crush combo. But he's got to respond to this one, because EG, they are on the verge of starting to move up to the high ground into the base of DC if they wish. It looks like they are cautious about it. They push the wave in. They know that DC's out somewhere on the map, and they don't want to be caught out by them.
They also need to recognize that now MSS with this Blink Dagger, he has a ton of solo kill potential. Pretty much finds anyone except the TIE Hunter. Maybe he can't kill the Enchantress, but kill anybody else.
I get an easy pick off for Bulba and Mason. They keep finding crit. As we're seeing, they have no trouble bringing him down with the Desto damage. Tandem with the Corrosive Haze.
It is a very, very slow game, which on paper favors EG, but like we mentioned, we're not too sure whether that's indeed the case with the sniper.
Yeah, because Mason and Quote, they are still farming an absolute treat. They are going to have those items. They are going to have that formidable sniper high ground defense. What do they go for next? 2.2k is sitting on Quoifer. Also, Mason was holding on to a lot of money as it was. He's almost certainly trying to see the itemization of EG before he commits for his next item, just in case there's any specific pickup he has to have in mind.
Oh, this Farm Fest has got me all hot and bothered. Can't take off my jacket.
We are. We're watching you, Luna. Oh, we got the Shadow Blade for Bulba. And Samao, how's he doing on the big odd items? He's still top of the net worth, and Scotty getting pretty close now. We're starting to see the OS Frog talents come out for Universe on the Tide. It's got that extra armor reduction. Sorry, the damage reduction from the Anchor Smash now with a plus 25%. That's a beautiful 85% reduction.
Yeah, this TIE Hunter used to be the hero where, hey, he doesn't have Ravage. Let's just ignore him because he's not a factor in these fights. That talent basically made TIE Hunter an actual threat, even post-Ravage. Kind of can't really just get hit by the Anchor Smash.
Mason, he's still yet to spend his money. 3,700 gold. And there we go. Okay, so he's queuing up the AC. So nothing too surprising. Does stick with the standard.
I'm just not sure how much, like, his itemization, whether that matters too much, because I feel like both of EG's cores kite him so well. Hurricane Pike up on Sumail, he's got the Stone Gaze. I don't know, this seems like a rough game to be Lifestealer, but to be fair, he does have Boba as well as MSS to bring him directly into the fight.
But of course, at the same time, every time they make this move with Bulba, it's farm time that's sort of come to a pause for Mason.
EG wants to actually fight. They're done farming. They got the 1 or 2 core items since we kind of last checked on them. And now?
Hurricane Pike and SMY. A lot of stats for this Jara. And it is at the point when Roshan's up. EG themselves will head towards the pit. Do they want to try and take it themselves? They are. They're going to go for it.
All right, they got the Medallion of Courage. They will take it down very quickly. And with Sumail sitting at the back of that Roshan pit, if they come in, they have Ravage and Stone Gaze. They're going to just give up an Aegis. Well, DC has been playing a rather slow game, and from an outside perspective, I felt like they've given EG too much respect. I think I said that twice now. I felt like the timing of DC could have been better.
I mean, they're desperately trying to make these plays, but as we've seen, they've only been catching crit, and they've not been getting anything else off the back of it.
Sumail's caught away from his team, and I think they might have got a glimpse of him. Can they actually...
They'll find someone else. They get fear, but again, it's fear or crit each and every time. They want something bigger. Open wounds will hold back Universe. Look at the damage from Sumail. Easy kill onto Bol, but Arteezy is also going to be able to find the pick off onto Demon.
That rocket's flying in.
It is. Rage will be back up just in time, so Mason should be fine with this retreat. But it is looking dodgy for DC. They're coming in with these smoke plays. They're now losing the trades, losing heroes in return for just finding a support.
Yeah, also, they have Aegis and Cheese now. Can you kill Arteezy and Sumail twice? I don't think so. I think this could just be the game, unless something drastic here happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty drastic. I mean,
how do they stop this push?
I mean, it's real talk.
Ravage still available.
Oh, and look what they've got it. They've only got themselves Qualifier.
Okay.
Mason's going to try and come in. Sumail, he's doing a lot of damage. Mason, can he bring down this Medusa? He's bringing him down low. There'll be a buyback from Qualifier. TP's coming through as Universe...
Universe dies here. It won't be the game.
Ooh,
Okay.
the double force does get Universe back to safety, and with the Stone Gauge from Sumail, Arteezy indeed keeps himself alive just in time.
Jesus, this sniper hurts.
He's picking him off from a mile away, takes down Artur.
It's not game confirmed here.
It is not indeed. They'll pop the Aegis. DC with the defense of a lifetime. They are indeed. They surround Sumail.
Man, EG chasing into the tier 4. Universe never using that Ravage.
And am I seeing it right? But because of the range of Sniper, he's outside of the range of Stone Gaze.
Is that right?
Yeah. So he doesn't give a damn about the ultimate.
And also, they were able to get a Corrosive Haze onto, I believe it was Gyro, and then Dusa, and they just melted. No MKB, or sorry, no Manta on either of those heroes, so that's Corrosive Haze just sticks.
And now DC, they're coming in with a push of their own.
I mean, I still think that EG was super ahead, and they kind of just went into the tier 4 and perhaps threw a lot, not even a little bit. That was an Aegis.
Oh, there's a buyback from Sumail for this defense.
All right, because he knows that Ravage is still available, so that buyback should drive them back. But still, that's a big hit.
It really is. Qualifier looking absolutely massive after the back of that fight. And very, very scary. This is the sniper that you're pushing into. It's not easy.
The thing is, like, they could have just slow siege the tier 3. I don't know if they needed to fight under the enemy tier 4. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but as they dove in, they just lost crit in the backline to the Beastmaster. They couldn't...
look at this. They're playing on the offensive limit, straight down the mid lane, EG. Okay. Off the back of that Sumail buyback, they want to strike back at DC hard.
They need to get Sniper. Sniper, they did kill him off of that tier 4 dive. He did commit the buyback.
I mean, if they kill Sniper, that could be game over. But you can certainly expect DC to just play super safe with Qualifier right at the back, and understandably so. There's no need to have Qualifier in a position of danger with the range that he has.
Well, I've never seen this talent before. I'm looking forward to it. The level 20 on Qualifier. He actually bought the Tome of Knowledge to just get it. The headshot.
It's pretty cute.
Is it?
I mean, it's not that much of a distance, but...
I mean, he's got a ton of attack speed, so maybe...
It's annoying.
I mean, you just mentioned that the Stone Gaze distance, right? It actually matters, so...
True, yeah. Even more distance now that you could create. It's going to be, yeah, with that in mind, very hard for Sumail to ever sort of make sure that the Stone Gaze affects the Sniper. So Qualifier is consistently going to be able to get away with, as we've seen, pretty much murder in these team fights. Also hard for Universe to sort of get on top of this Sniper. As long as DC can play it, play it right with the Sniper's positioning. This game is very hard for Evil Geniuses.
I feel like it's very hard for both teams. Both teams are so good.
I mean, this game is you know, definitely very, very close no matter what. Could absolutely swing either way. Especially with both mids still having their buybacks on cooldown after that last sequence of events, as I believe. Zed still 5 minutes 45 on Sumail. And 4 minutes and a half for Sniper. DC starting to come over again there. The gem as well on MSS, looking to get as much map control as possible and make it even harder for EG to come out without pushing a wave out, without making the move obvious. They look towards Universe in the mid lane again. This is not really the hero that you want to jump on. They want to try and find someone around him. TC will show, but still with Universe's positioning, it's very hard for DC to make an aggressive play with the threat of the Ravage. They may still try and do so, but it could end up backfiring. We're going to see them attempt for it. Boba going forward with the Shadow Blade. Oh, he jumps past it. He gets two of them with a quick force switch there. RTZ backs up, but MSS is there with a roar, with a Necroarmy as well. They take down RTZ. Universe pops the Ravage. Sumail's in with the damage. They're focusing this Lifestealer, and they will get Mason. Right. RTZ for Mason.
1-for-1 trade, they did get the Ravage usage, but I'm not sure how much that actually matters, because the next move DC makes, they have to make it with the Lifestealer. Yeah,
they do need Mason to be on the front with that Death OAC to have any chance of pushing objectives. Sure, they've got the Sniper, he's doing a lot, but they have to be so careful about using the Sniper offensively. And as you can see, you know, Qualifier is just staying on his half of the map, not coming anywhere near the lineup of Evil Genius. He knows that as long as he can continue to farm, get 6 slotted, this game is going to be, as we're saying, very hard for Evil Geniuses to bring to an end. It's all about keeping that Sniper safe.
So I've been watching Sniper just hit creeps and stuff.
Yeah.
That 35 knockback is like nothing.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot.
I guess his other level 20 talent is pretty bad.
I mean, what is it?
It's like 1.5 second.
I mean, that's
better cooldown on
they're both pretty awful. I mean, that one is very awful. I feel. I don't think we'll ever see anyone take that talent.
If you
maybe do the Ags build.
Yeah, if you have
maybe do the Ags build. I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a pro do an Ags build in a competitive game.
Yeah, mate. Who knows?
But
maybe when the
one day
Alchemist gives you a free Ags, then we're talking.
Maybe late game when you stack 5 Divine Rapiers and an Aghanim's. Then that's when you get the Assassinate cooldown. But other than that, as long as you're sane, you won't be getting the minus 1.5 cooldown.
Would it surprise you if I told you that? Wait, hold that thought. Oh, fight is.
This could get scary. Bulba jumps in. It's Universe.
Oh,
Universe quickly forces back again. Such a hard target to jump in.
All right, they'll just back it up.
Yeah, DC will hold back. It's very hard. How long to the Ravage is what? 20 seconds, yeah, so it's nearly coming back off cooldown. EG. They're looking to strike back at DC. It's going to be spotted by this ward. DC know that EG are coming in with the chase. And with that in mind, we'll just make a straight beeline back for the base. Butterfly complete on Sumail, so still sitting at the top of the net worth. How's our Sniper doing? Is he going towards the MKB Qualifier?
I think he has to. He hasn't really begun working on it just yet, because Gyrocopter is also working towards...
Has he got anything on the career, Sniper?
Check right now.
No? Okay.
Nothing. Yeah, Gyro's working towards his Butterfly, Sumail's to finish his Super Butterfly, and then of course Spear's got a Solar Crest. There's a ton of evasion that they need to deal with.
And sure, you know, MKB now, it doesn't give you that 100% true strike, but it definitely makes a difference.
It's a lot better than not having MKB, I can tell you that.
Absolutely. And you don't really have anyone on DC that would build. I mean, maybe Mason could build a Bloodthorn. In fact, what is Mason building? What's he going for after this? Ooh, hold that, as they are going to find Crit, forced to the sidelines. Crit left the Greaves. He's going to keep Crit alive. Crush from Bulba, catches 4. They do kill Crit, but Mason's in trouble. The Skadi slow, everything being beat down upon this Lifestealer means that Mason's out for the count. And again, a lot of hate going the way of Crit from DC.
I mean, we are starting to see the issue of that Lifestealer, right?
Yeah.
So many 4-staff is going to be able to kite him around.
Yeah, 4-staff, the Skadi from Sumail.
Solo Crest.
It's a hard game to play the Lifestealer. It really is, and that's what we're talking about. There's a lot of strength for the sniper as this goes on.
Yep.
But for EG, there's a lot of strength for the Medusa and the Gyrocopter. And now they're into the pit. They're looking for Roshan. Without Mason,
But right now, they're going to try to force them back.
I was going to say, DC, they can't find the pit. This is the best strat that they can go for.
Yeah, hit the building.
Yeah.
Radiant's
MSS
bottom tower is under
is ready to push. Bulba actually around
Oh
the
my
pit.
God, if he just steals that they have no
Oh, no
protection,
way.
Boba just make the
Boba?
play.
Oh, no! Oh, he doesn't
no,
do
what
it! He's too late!
Did he take anything? The cheese, the refresher
No.
shard. He didn't take
He
anything.
got nothing.
Boba Priest.
Oh, it could have been beautiful.
I mean, I think taking the refresher shard might have been a huge play too, because now they have refresher shard in universe.
Oh, was that the refresher shot?
That was the third one, right? Or am I missing something? Yeah, the second one was the cheese push that EG failed. Who's got the refresher shard right now? Gyro's got it.
Gyro's got it, and they've just picked off Jimmy. Outside of it all, could have been beautiful if Boba did it. Yeah, they passed it over to the side. So that double ravage is going to be there for the next fight. This push is going to be terrifying. Again, they do need to get Qualifier. They somehow need to catch the sniper off this push. But at the same time, if they can kill everyone else other than the sniper, as powerful as a sniper is on the high ground defense, good luck trying to do it against 5 heroes on your own.
I mean, we saw Sniper doing a ton of the damage in that last defense, but I don't think he will do nearly as much simply due to the evasion.
Yeah,
The butterfly also
right,
gives
with
them...
the 2 butterfly. This is such a power peak for EG.
Yeah.
They can close the game up if they find this fight.
All right, RTC's not even carrying that cheese. Warping to a TP, I think they want to make sure they get all the waves pushed out. They still have a lot of time in that Aegis. No need to rush up to the high ground.
RTZ going for the Satanic next. And yeah, MSS certainly being a nuisance for EG. Constantly putting the pressure on those side lanes.
Man, once that Dusa hits 25 and he takes the attack modifier talent on his split shots,
That is
I mean, you're
nasty.
You're splitting Scotty slow, crits. Oh.
Yeah, he is going for the Daedalus. You're right. Scotty and Daedalus for all. A lot of damage going to be coming out from Sumail. Bulba's on the hunt. He's got Mason inside.
Does he want crit? I don't think he cares about crit.
It's a little. I was going to say the last few times they've had to go for him, but it's not really resulted
been
in much.
spotted.
It's good. Oh, Jimmy rooted up. He's going to try for the TP away, and in fact, it's going to be good enough. No cancel there in time. Only the homing missile coming through, but nothing instant. So Jimmy will escape. Homing missile, of course, going to continue its course. Whoa, that's scary. Jeez. That first-person view there. I felt like it was coming at me.
We just need that Dota 2 3D.
We do.
We're that 3D glasses. It's coming really at you.
Has VR gone too far? MSS is out.
MSS is really single-handedly keeping the threat of split push. EG, despite having the stronger heroes, having all of that Aegis cheese shards, and they can't really actually push.
They've got the Aghanims on Night Stalker now as well, so these nighttime pushes. You know, it really is all coming together for EG. But as you say, definitely DC doing a good job of just applying this pressure on the side lanes and making sure that EG can't actually get everything together for the push. But I think that there's still items that they're looking towards that they're happy to wait for. As we've been saying, Sumail hits 25, gets himself the Daedalus. That's when he's looking to go. And going for more. In fact, he's sort of hovering between completing the Daedalus or getting the boost of travel, which is understandable with the way that these split pushes are coming in. Having the bots could be paramount to actually dealing with the split push as well as being able to group up and go as a unit.
I'm looking at the talents, like some of the level 25s on the side of DC, and wondering if there's a point where DC could somehow get stronger than the hero of EG, and I'm not really seeing it. Maybe the 2% feast damage / lifesteal for Mason, that seems like it's going to be a lot.
I mean, would it, does he take that or does he take the rage duration? You think the lifesteal would...
Yeah, I mean,
I guess...
it's hard to say. Both is still good.
Yeah, at this stage the rage probably doesn't do too much. I'm sure it allows him to dodge the
Bottom
rabbits and
side,
such, but...
Sumail by himself. MSS has got... He doesn't want to go for it. Doesn't feel like he'd kill it. Has Aegis
He's
as
going
well.
to go in now.
Get the Aegis off him. Nope. Just a roar and...
It's a bit of an awkward affair and...
Oh, his Necrobook was on cooldown, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bots and Chrysalis finish for Sumail. Did Sumail hit 25? He did. He must have done
Sumail,
that. Yeah,
yep.
So it's 25 now.
I've never seen somebody take the non-modifier. It's just like...
It's so good. It really is. Daedalus and Skadi on all those shots. Terrifying ordeal to fight into, especially for Mason, as we've seen it. It's a hard game for the Lifestealer now, coming in on the front lines. He is going for that MKB.
Just wait till that Dusa gets lifesteal. Then now we're talking. You know,
Now is Qualifier going to go for the Rapier, Lumi?
I think he needs True Strike, right?
I probably does.
Is this still called True Strike on MKB, or is it just like
What do they call
more
it?
accuracy?
You're right. It's sort of a fake True Strike. They call it
Pierce.
Pierce. Okay. You're right. True Strike only on the Bloodthorn nowadays, and of course that random Ember Spirit talent. Oh, illusion is gone. EG. They got some L up top. As we said, they still have the refresher shard on Uni.
Yep.
They do. He's ready to pop it.
And now Universe is also working towards a Lincoln Sphere. Nope, sorry, Lotus Orb. Excuse me.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense. Get rid of that Crows of Haze.
Yeah, absolutely. Allowing to stay alive in the front line just yet, but being able to buff up.
I am surprised by the
Vods
lack
back.
of Manta Style on both of these Agi-cores to deal with the Haze.
I mean, to be fair, I guess it's just not been an issue, as we've seen. They've just not been jumped on. DC's not actually been able to make those sort of plays with the Corrosive Haze to cause EG to be worried of it.
They're closing in on MSS. They don't see him, but he's got his TP back
He's
up.
doing a good job at keeping in the shadows, MSS. Will reveal himself, but a quick blink up and a TP out. He knows they're chasing him. He senses it, and he's out of there. But he's constantly putting the pressure on. MSS he definitely feels like he's the one that's keeping this game going and making sure that EG can't put it to an end at the moment.
Right.
With the way that he's actually getting out on the map and getting back to base. And look how much money this guy's got. He's in on 6,200 gold.
The ultimate question is that does all of that split push actually, like, are they getting something though? Or is Sniper going to get stronger compared to EG scores? I don't think so.
I mean, MSS has picked up a refresher. I'm ready for the big MSS plays. See if we can do something massive.
All right.
What did Qualifier finish off anything with the Demon Edge?
Nope.
No, still sitting on 4,700 gold on top of that.
I think maybe he's thinking about buyback, but the time is now.
Dire's middle
Tier
tower
3 taken.
has fallen.
All right. And EG is going to go back for the
Dire's
Shrine.
bottom shrine
Yeah,
is
we're
under attack.
going to be here for a while.
Slow but painful sieges each and every time from EG. Slowly breaking down the base of
Dire's bottom
DC.
shrine has fallen.
And very close to what the 25 talent on Gyra. Getting those, with the extra flak attack.
Maybe he wants global call down to anti-split push.
I'm pretty sure he won't take it. But I mean,
this could be a game, and now he's going to get caught.
oh!
You say Corrosive Haze doesn't matter than just his HP? He's got Shrek.
That was he just got destroyed.
Ooh, this is actually big. Boba taking his level 20 talent, getting night vision.
Yeah, I mean
That gives him like a fighting chance during nighttime. I mean, he's still blinded as hell because his darkness.
how's Samael doing on the gold? He just saw he just upgraded the bot, so I assume he's
Wait, is darkness not like darkness doesn't count as night, right? It's just darkness. Hold that thought here. It's bottom night.
No, it does count as night.
Are you sure?
So you're right, it does work. Yeah, it will work against EG that he gets.
We were just watching on Boba's vision. He barely saw in front of him.
It doesn't work on night time.
Yeah, that's.
But
yeah,
it works for like the Lycan heal. But he doesn't.
Maybe this is a.
All right, the
Not
analysts
intended.
are sort of. It doesn't. It does work. Yeah,
We just saw it. Boba
right.
wasn't seeing anything in front of him.
Valve says that's working as intended, but
We don't know.
it's true. Yeah, surely darkness is nighttime, so you should have the increased vision. But
I mean,
Uh-huh.
since when does Dota 2 make logical sense? Who's gonna get the shard on the Dire side?
I'll give it to Mason for now. I mean, having double rage, it's understandable. You know,
It's
just being
not.
able
None of the heroes are really good on with Shard.
I think double rage is, you know, just having that out. I mean, you could argue, well, give it to MSS and he has what, triple roar. Triple roar.
Maybe
I
give it to
no.
Boba and have two crush.
He wouldn't have the mana actually for triple roar, unfortunately.
Boba could
as fun
two
as that would be.
crush, right? Two crush
Boba
is
could
nice.
do double
It's
crush.
Like
Could
a
do.
mini ravage. It's not bad.
Okay. Oh, we got a couple of DCs coming out of DC.
This is getting to be a.
It's getting pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this. This is what we settled down for. I mean, it's 47 minutes and it's only 15 to 18, as you said. It's been a lot of hitting creeps this game.
Yep.
But it's
They're
all gonna
less
come to
than
this big
1K
build-up.
difference in terms
Hey,
of net worth.
Very, very close. And I'm
Again,
excited to
I
see
still
which way
can't
this
really
goes.
see how they win a 5-man team fight against EG though. EG's just stacked.
Sure, but I mean, we saw just then how quickly RTZ melts.
True.
If they can get the pickoffs, sure, in a 5v5 situation, that is going to be a lot harder for DC to pull off. I think definitely, without a doubt, in a 5v5, EG, they win the team fight every time. But if they make a bit of a misstep and a misplay, it's going to be fight over. We're going to see the players come back in. We should be able to get the game back on and rolling. And we'll see if DC can do it. Can they bring this series to a game 3? EG, of course, up 1 game at the moment. And battling to stop themselves from dropping down to low bracket DC and having to face Optic Gaming on that loser goes home match. Not a series that anyone wants to find themselves in for sure.
RTZ gonna get jumped
Oh,
again.
again! Can they protect him? That's the question. They do have numbers coming in. Out comes the Ravage from Universe, but the BKB for quite a spot. There's the refresher shard. Second Ravage comes in, and they've taken down 2. They'll chase for more. They're going to get Qualifier. Aegis hits the ground. They'll look towards MSS. Mason trying his best to fight up, turning towards Crit, but he's been surrounded. Samael with a lot of damage in this tank, just moving forward on the Medusa. The Crit's coming out, left, right, and center. DC lose 4. They're going to lose Mason as well. It should indeed be the team wipe as Mason left behind, taken down by Samael.
I want to see Sumail's damage output in that team fight.
It's
He
gotta
was
be
not
insane.
targeted at all, and he was split shotting. Look at that bar, 5,000 damage through armor.
They've got to come out with these buybacks.
Yep.
I mean, this is what we're talking about. In a 5v5 team fight, DC's lineup does not stand a chance. They have to find the pickoffs. They felt that they could get one there, noticing RTZ a little far out, but at the end of the day, it was nothing more than a bait. And EG capitalizing it perfectly. They're ready to move into the base. They do have buybacks, DC. We'll see how many of them require coming out. They may just let this mid-racks go.
Push him
Bloodthorn
back.
complete on Samael.
Hit him. Oh no, they forced him
Oh,
out.
they forced him in.
Okay, he's fine. He's fine.
Okay, he's fine. Slides back.
So they
Melee
lose
racks
racks.
down.
I'm not sure if the racks actually matters that much, because I think DC could easily defend against big creeps. But it does make MSS kind of split pushing game much harder to come by.
And it certainly pulls EG that step closer to victory this game.
DC has buyback. They don't really want to use it. Here
And
comes.
they're trying to save him, but there's the buyback from Mason. He's TPing in aggressively. They're looking to try and catch EG on the retreat. They know there's no Ravage, but EG, they're already out. There's more than enough distance for them to walk back safely. They get a set of racks. They get the Mason buyback and the Quake for buyback out. I mean, this game, it's looking so hard for DC. This is EG cementing themselves in the lead. 31k net worth on Samael is absolutely massive. We'll see it again here, how they spot Artur. They want to go, but RTZ, he's got more than enough friends nearby to turn it around. They don't save his life, but they certainly get revenge.
Yeah, the fact that he was able to use his cheese made that team fight an absolute disaster. They had to kill his RTZ essentially twice. Had they able to kill the RTZ before the cheese usage, I think then they could now move to Sumail, and that would have been a completely different fight. Why Roshan was important. By the way, he did get the global call down talent. I'm telling you.
Did he?
You need
He
a
actually did.
anti-split
Oh,
push.
sorry. Okay, the other one was 3 homing missile charges. For some reason, I thought it was the flak cannon attack. All right, that explains more.
I mean, homing missile is pretty memey. It's fun too, but
Global cooldown. I mean, it is good, especially. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they're both pretty good sort of meta. But I guess the global cooldown makes sense. What if Universe is just that little further away, makes that initiation with the Ravage, and
yeah.
it's a lot easier for you to. Well, it's very easy for you to find that cooldown if you're just behind chasing in, and you don't have to get in range before casting.
It's a shame that he didn't take the cooldown reduction on the call down. It gets really silly. You have a cooldown every 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
You
but the
just-
50 movement speed is a shame.
Yeah, 50 movement. I mean, doesn't he need it? He's max already. I feel like he's close to max even without it.
I mean,
SNY
I guess as it goes
butterfly.
on means you can swap something else, you know, have something in your slot rather than the bots.
Yeah, I
Because
guess.
having flutter and the movement speed,
Sure.
you're good to go for the fights. You can scale even further then.
He's an agi hero. He's got agi talent or agi perks. You know, I don't.
I mean, it's true. We could get away with it.
All right, here comes Sumo.
Let's see what they can do.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Fortification forced out. EG moving in, taking the tier 3s. What can DC do to stop this? Obviously with those buybacks as well, I imagine Qualifier.
Oh, Demon's going in.
Jimmy. And Bulba. Bulba. Oh, Bulba.
Oh, they're coming in from the back line. MSS.
I mean, Bulba. Okay, he's got the chi. I was going to say
How do you
Bulba.
fight into this? Boba's gonna get down. Rabbit's gonna come out here.
They
Qualifiers
got
gonna
it.
BKB it.
They're going to be able to stun up Mason as well. He'll turn, but the Stone Gaze is out for Samael. Mason has jumped inside the creep, but this is game over. DC are just crumbling. EG are far too far ahead at this stage. He'll go for the Roar on Arteezy. Can MSS and Mason really turn this one around? MSS pops the refresher up, but he's not got enough mana for anything else. They're falling down. DC gets wiped. GG well played is called, and EG will indeed take the series 2-0. Definitely a bit of a closer game, this game too, but overall, as we said, having put this to Male, Medusa, the Arteezy Gyro up against the Lifestealer and Sniper, the scaling was always going to favor EG in the late game.
Yeah, I think DC had about 25 minutes to get themselves a significant lead. They were able to even get close to a Rax. They even got a tier 3, but I think they couldn't fight into the universe tide. They gave them way too